everybody, it's Audie and welcome to my channel, Cozy Dragon Crochet. Today we are going to be busting my yarn stash, so let's get into it. So this has been a goal of mine for a while. I technically have already started. A lot of these are already color coded, but I am making some extra space. I'm going to be winding up some yarn to make it take up less space because the yarn cakes take up less space. It is currently snowing outside. Sorry if I get a little distracted, but yeah, there's a lot of areas where I store my yarn, which is these shelves, these bins right here, minus the middle one right there. That is all craft supplies, which I emptied. You're gonna see that too. Just like what all I had in there. It's a lot of stickers, and then I have this big black bin right here. This is also all yarn. I would like to eventually empty it out and use it to put my throw blankets in. And then I have a smaller tote under my bed that I got from Hobby Lobby that's literally just like yay big, yay tall, you know, small tote of just some acrylic. It's not all of my acrylic, but it is some of it. And then I have a longer tote under there with all my Premier Parfait Chunky. That is a bigger tote, though it's not full. Not all of my Premier Parfait Chunky is in there because those two I'm trying to get out. And then, speaking of things I'm trying to get rid of, I have 2 fabric bins of yarn and Rubbermaid drawers of yarn. I would like to get rid of all 3 of those as well. So, yeah, gonna be a lot, but I need to get it done. I'm trying to get out of my overconsumption era. Might be a hot take, but having so much yarn is still overconsumption, even if it's a hobby. And I'm not saying not to shame anybody, because I am also guilty of it as well. But if you need more than just one bookshelf to store all your yarn, there's an overconsumption problem. Yeah, you don't need that much yarn. I have so much yarn in here, I could probably, you know, live with it for my entire rest of my life, but I don't want to do that. There's been some yarns that I've been wanting to buy, but as you guys know, I'm on a yarn ban, so I've been holding back because I want to get rid of this so much. I will only buy yarn when there is space for it in these shelves, and if it's for a commission, which I had to do recently. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? So like I said, all 9 of these bins will eventually all be yarn. This was craft supplies, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the clip of me emptying that. I already did, but we're going to roll the clip now. I got a new angle today because we're getting ready to go to town, so I want to go ahead and try and get this bin emptied, so that way maybe I can move some yarn in it, because lots of yarn everywhere. Need to move it. So I'm going to take you along with me as I go through this stuff. Got some stickers. More stickers. There's going to be a lot of stickers in here. More stickers. Tissue paper. These are little plastic baggies. I put some stuffies in there sometimes if they're small enough. Just protect them from water damage or whatever. These are the cords to my Munbin printer. I typically have to put those up because Loki likes to eat wires. And I don't feel like covering that. So, yeah. And then I have like little cloth baggies. Right now I'm trying to use up all my little plastic bags for stickers, but eventually I'll be moving them into here. I've had these for a while, lost them for a long time, and then now I have them again. These are label sheets, however, they're not thermal, which is weird because they came with the thermal printer. I don't know, man. So I'm probably just gonna throw these out. But yeah. More stickers. And these are from the dumpster fires. I think I'm also just gonna throw these out because I don't plan on making any anytime soon. And they're all kinds of bent up. More stickers. Stickers. You can tell I have an obsession with a certain kind of stationery. And these are just what I tend to use for the envelopes, for the thank you letters and stuff like that, or stickers. I don't know what I would use those for, or those. I have no idea. They're just there. More stickers. These ones are Easter themed. I am hanging on to these pieces of cardstock. I figure once I run out of my little envelopes that I have, not envelopes, little thank you cards that I have, I'll just start using pieces of cardstock. And then more stickers. These are actually wax seals, Christmas ones. More stickers. These are little knit and crochet themed. I got them from Joann's before they closed. Those two I ended up using on my laptop. More stickers. Jesus, almost dumped out. That would have been horrible. These are watercolor pencils and gouache. I think I'm gonna donate this whole thing because I don't do watercolor or any kind of paint anymore. I only have my acrylics for when I do safety guys. That's about it. So I'm gonna just donate those. And then I have a couple of zippers that are specifically meant to be crocheted on. So I'm gonna hang on to those too. Eventually I'll be making bags and stuff like that. I'm trying to get rid of some of my acrylic without donating it all because I want to get at least some of my money back out of it, but more stickers. Yeah. And I have this glorious thing. I'm also going to be donating that. I have beads. I'm going to use these for bookmarks, just to kind of tie up the end tassels a little bit. More sticker sheets. I have lots of stickers, man. This is gonna be taken out of here too. This is my top 3 to-do list thing. I'll take it out. And then some stuff I made in my graphic design class in high school. Like a little mug I made. I don't know why I have this. No idea. And then of course, I took graphic design during COVID times. I'll probably just donate this. I never used it. It's like the wrong size or whatever. This I'll keep. I'll take to my own house one day and use it. More Christmas stickers. Some Yule stickers. Also from my graphic design class are some Adobe colored pencils. I'll donate these two. And then I have some sketchbooks in here. Back whenever I was trying to learn how to draw an anime style, I think. It's an old comic me and my high school friend went together. Yeah. Some Nearby and April characters. This is from such a long time ago. That was like freshman year of high school. And I'm about to graduate college. That's a long time. Another sketchbook that only has like 1 page filled in. Is it literally just... Oh, it's a couple pages. It's from my TikTok days. I have since deleted the app. Not a fan, personally. I got addicted to the doom scrolling and it was impacting my mental health, so I just said so. Or screw it and quit. More stickers. Another little cloth bag. A bunch of staples. Those can come out. And a thank you stamp. I don't know. Not staples. Those are paper clips. Fabric fusion. I also tend to use these on my dumpster fires. There's like a blob of it on the edge. I don't know. More stickers. That is trash. Why do I have these? More thank you stamps. Congratulations. Just a note. And a happy birthday one. For a while I was making birthday cards. And an ink pad. This is my old business colors, green. I'll probably keep it for wedding, I don't know. Because it is the wedding color. Giant sticker. More Christmas stickers. Why do I have so many Christmas stickers? It's not even my favorite holiday. Hole punch. Those come in handy every once in a while. little washi tapes. I think these are also from Joann's. I'll donate those. And some stitch stickers. I think I'll add those to my sticker bin that I let customers choose from when they buy from me. And a bunch of Prismacolor pencils, which I will hang on to. These things are expensive. And then last but not least, I have a few tiny little teacup stickers. Yeah. So I think all those can come out. I have a craft drawer that I'll just stick some of these in. And yeah. This is now empty. I can stick yarn in it now. What color? I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Then these other 8 bins are all just color-coded yarn. Thank you, speaker, for being so noisy. But the other bins are other yarns that have already been color-coded. This one's like black and gray, orange, brown. They're not in color order at all, so I would like to put them in that order just to make it look nicer in my brain. I keep them in these bins because I have cats. In particular, one of my parents' cats likes to come in my room sometimes, and her favorite thing to do is destroy my yarn. Ignore this. This is not actually a book that needs to be returned. This is not actually a book that needs to be returned. My book was giving away free books. My library was giving away free books at my college, and this thing's pretty beat up, so I was going to recycle it and use the book pages to make decorations for my classroom one day. So that's what that is. But, yeah. Yeah, I already talked about this. Okay, next I have this blanket bin, and all of my high school ceramics are back there, along with the giant squishmallow that keeps them from being attacked by a cat. But I have this that's just miscellaneous colors. These are things I couldn't fit in the color-coded bins, so they're there. These are the 2 cloth bins I was telling you guys about. I would like to eventually retire them, maybe use them for something else. But right now they're holding my reds and my variegateds. I'd like to get rid of those. I want them gone. Especially this. This needs gone too. I have a very small room, but a lot of crap because I'm preparing to move out eventually. So I've been like buying household goods, like this beautiful shelf. But because this is here, this drawer over here can't open all the way. So I want this gone as soon as possible. Then under my bed over here, there's the small tote I was telling you guys about. That is, I think, literally just all Big Twist value yarn. I think that is literally all this is some of it. I have more of it somewhere else, but this is just what I have in here. Very Strawberry Fields coated. But I have some other ones out already because I already decided on colors that I want to use for a crochet hook case that I want to make myself. That hasn't been started yet. But there's this tote. There's this big tote that is literally all Premier yarn. There's some chenille in there. There's some Parfait Chunky in there. Mostly Parfait Chunky in there. These are the last yarns I want to use. I am switching over to Premier, eventually to Parfait Plush. Hi, Maverick. But, yeah. Can we not? Oh my goodness. Silly ginger floofs. So the acrylics in the Premier are not going to be taken out and shown in the entire array of yarn that I have, just because they're already where they're supposed to be. So I'm just gonna leave them there. Alright guys, well, this is what 262 skeins of yarn looks like. A mess. Too much. Overconsumption and a visualization. And the fact that I still only have a fraction of the yarn that a lot of popular crochet influencers have. That's a lot. To be fair, a good portion of this was gifted to me by family members because the last few years I've made the mistake of only giving people yarn as a Christmas idea for me. Not this year though. I didn't do that this year. This year was home goods. Not like the store, but like to prepare for moving out. But this is a lot. let's get it organized. Get rid of it. Move it along. I think in the Rubbermaid bins, I'm going to be putting a lot of my white, off-white, beige in there. In the cloth bins, I don't know yet. We will see what is left over. Probably my variegateds. I don't know yet. Also, any open skeins that aren't already in cake form, I'm going to cake them. So, there's that. Let's get into it. We're going to start with my browns and my variegateds. A lot of my browns have already been caked up, but there's a few that haven't yet, so we're going to do those. A lot of my variegateds are big skeins. Like Bernat, they're huge. So my little manual yarn spinner isn't going to be able to handle them. So I'm just going to leave them alone until I use them and then make them smaller. So we're going to get into that. The next few clips are just going to be speed runs of me yarn spinning. Browns and variegateds are done. Reds are also done. I did have an excess skein that was unopened, so I just put it in my excess skeins bin. But the reds are also done. Of course, it's as soon as I'm done with browns and logging everything that this comes in the mail. The last skein I need, hopefully. I wouldn't have ordered it if it wasn't for the fact it's for my mother's Christmas present. So it's gotta be added. Also, that does make 263 skeins. Oranges and yellows are done, and so far we've been pretty good about the rainbow order. So greens, I'm thinking we'll go here, blues, purples, and then black, gray, white, pink? I don't know yet, I'm thinking about it. Blues and greens are done. This is what our excess tote is looking like so far. So what I'm going to end up doing with this yarn that ends up in here is I'm going to prioritize using up those colors. That way this can be emptied ASAP. So we'll see how that goes. Last one on this row is purple, so that's done. I have a lot of this Bernat Baby in this like lilac color. I forget what it's called, but I have so much of it for no reason. What am I going to use it for? I don't know. How many purple things do you know exist in nature? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe. This is what we're looking like so far. I've made a massive dent. Next, I think I'm going to do pink. Then I'll do black and gray. And then I'll try and put in the beiges. Because I think all the whites and off-whites are going to have to go in these Rubbermaid drawers. And if I can fit those, just 2 drawers, I can move my Premier out and put it in the drawer, which would be awesome. So we'll see if I can do that. The pink, black, and beige are completely done now. So that's finished. Which just leaves our off-whites and our whites, and then possibly moving the Premier yarns over into the plastic drawer so I can at least see them all. So we'll see if I can do that. Also, this is what our excess bin is looking like so far. I will probably be putting some whites in there just because I have so much white. But we got a lot of blues, greens, a little bit of that, some yellow, and a lot of pink. This is burnout, and then loops and threads, sweet snuggles, and there's a little bit of red. So I'll have to figure out what all I can make with these things. I'm thinking with these three, like a strawberry turtle could be so cute. So I don't know, we'll see. Our off-whites are done, so onto the whites. This is what we have left. So a lot of full skeins of burnout baby in white. A lot of that came from Christmas gifts, and then those are left over from when I made my Star Spangled blanket that I did a while back. So yeah, there's a lot. That is Premier Chanel. And just like Bernat, it is too chunky to fit on my yarn winder. So I guess it's not going to be able to be condensed, but it's okay, because some of these other ones can. This is also chenille. There's like a whip attached to it, but oh well. White is now completely done. Yay. It is like 10 p.m. I'm tired, but I just got a couple more things I need to do still. This is our end of day excess bin. Lots of white to use up, lots of pink to use up, all the colors, things we need to use. We'll figure it out. I'll make a plan. We'll talk about it in like part 2 when it comes out or something. I don't know, man. It's late. I decided for the last part of our video, I'll go ahead and move some of my Premiere into here. I'm not gonna bother winding it up. Not tonight. I'm done winding up yarn. That was so much yarn. You guys didn't even see all of it. I think I only showed you 2 yellow maybe. I don't remember what color I stopped at. But there's a lot. Pretty much half of the bed yarn was all had to be winded into cakes. So I'm not doing that with this one. Anyway, got purples. I'm gonna do it this way. And then pinks. I think maybe I'll do one of each, just so that it's not already full before I even reach the end here. I think one of each is good. Then I got the salmon color. Got an open blue, open dark blue, some gray. My black is in my black bin, but yeah. I got this minty color. I'll pull out true yellow. Is this yellow? This is sunshine. And white. I can probably stack a couple more in here. Let me see what I can dig out of here. Hey, somebody favorited my Zoe Cape Demon Hunter doll. Oh, if only somebody would buy it. I need some Etsy orders, y'all. I am about 2 weeks away from leaving my retail job for forever. It'll be okay, maybe. We'll see. I think I can fit all of my small skeins in here. Maybe not my chenille stash goals, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend. I bought them because they were $4, or they were on sale for $4. I'm like, $2 for a giant skein per giant skein doesn't sound that bad. It's not that bad, but it's still usable. It sheds so much more though, so wouldn't necessarily recommend. Anywho, we got that going for us. This is technically not all the Premiere skeins I have for Parfait Chunky. Some of it's kind of mixed in with the regular stuff, which is okay. This is where we're at for today. But now I can see this and use it. And then all I got left in this tote are these 2 stash goal bags. So that's all I got for today. And I will go talk to you again in the outro. Alright, you guys, you have to bear with me with this outro because it's after 10 o'clock. I'm exhausted. Words aren't wording. It's okay. So that is the end of part 1 of busting my yarn stash. Next video we do this whole yarn stash thing. It's not gonna be next week, but probably in January we're gonna focus on getting rid of our excess yarn. I keep saying excess because anything past this is excessive. So I'm talking about this bucket here. So yeah, we'll try and get rid of some of that, if not most of it. I might be asking too much of myself. We'll see. It doesn't necessarily mean I will be using this particular yarn. Even just getting it moved into its corresponding bin is a win, in my opinion. So, yeah, just working on that. Next video will actually be a New Year's resolution video. Can you believe there's only 2 weeks left of December? Only 2 weeks left of 2025. What are we doing, man? What happened to the year? I don't know. It flew by. I'm like 5 months away from being done with college. I'm over here thinking to myself, I was a freshman yesterday. Yeah, not anymore. It's okay. But yeah, that is the end, and I will see you guys next week. Comment down below what are some of your New Year's resolutions, or like what are some of the things you're hoping to get for Christmas, because that could be some fun topics to talk about. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, please and thank you. Alright, see you next time. Bye.